It's finally happening. India will get a third aircraft carrier. Based on the indigenous INS Vikrant, it will boost Indian Navy power projection in the Indian Ocean. But will it be enough to counter an expansionist China? Will a third Indian aircraft carrier deter the increasing presence of Chinese Navy warships and surveillance vessels in India's backyard? In a resounding stride towards self-sufficiency, the Indian Navy has unveiled a monumental proposal to construct its second indigenous aircraft carrier, which will be the third in its fleet after INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant. Aptly named the Indigenous Aircraft Carrier-2 or IAC-2, it will be constructed by the Cochin Shipyard Limited. It's a power play in the Indian Ocean. 3 carriers would mean operational availability of 1 carrier each on the western coast facing Pakistan and the eastern seaboard, even if the third is undergoing maintenance. This endeavor signifies a giant leap in India's capability to project power, particularly within the Indian Ocean, which is a hotspot for world trade and global shipping lanes. It's a region of immense strategic importance, and India aims to be the biggest superpower in IOR. Countering Chinese presence here is a top priority for the Indian Navy. China's naval expansion has been ongoing for over a decade, culminating in its emergence as the world's most significant naval force, on par with the US Navy. China's increasing naval activities around Taiwan and territorial claims in the South China Sea could spark a major global conflict. India needs to be prepared. The United States, along with its allies like Britain, have also responded to the Chinese threat by conducting regular naval exercises in this region. They are actively promoting a vision of free and open Indo-Pacific, which aligns with India's own interests. In August, China raised concerns in New Delhi when it docked what India referred to as a spy ship at Sri Lanka's Hambantota port, located off India's southern coast. It's important to note that China secured a 99-year lease for this facility in 2017. This move by China is seen by New Delhi as an encroachment into its traditional sphere of influence, particularly in the Indian Ocean region. The Indian Navy has been pressing for 3 aircraft carriers to maintain at least 1 carrier on each coast, even if a third is undergoing refit. The goal is to craft a made-in-India security solution. This includes actively encouraging startups and small businesses to contribute to the nation's self-sufficiency in defense. In addition to IAC-2, India is set to receive 26 new Rafale marine fighter aircraft for its first indigenous aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant. There are also plans to develop and deploy indigenous twin-engine deck-based fighter or 10BF on its aircraft carriers in the future. India's focus traditionally has been on Pakistan in the west, but with increasing presence of Chinese vessels in the Indian Ocean, it is prudent for the Indian Navy to make its presence felt there as well. The INS Vikrant, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, is on the cusp of becoming fully operational. Stationed in Visakhapatnam, it's expected to be mission-ready by November 2023. Recently, the Indian Navy MiG-29K fighter jet conducted a night landing on INS Vikrant, an important step towards the warship becoming fully operational along with its air wing by the end of this year. Meanwhile, INS Vikramaditya will continue to operate Russian-made MiG-29K fighters. Beyond the acquisition of cutting-edge naval assets, India's vision extends to fostering self-reliance within its defense sector by 2047.